It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Seneca. Have you ever found yourself there? Late at night, bathed in the blue glow of your phone, just scrolling, looking at the highlight reels of other people's perfect lives, the latest gadgets you convince yourself you need, the 10 new habits you must adopt to finally be successful, and felt this deep, profound exhaustion. You felt this deep, profound exhaustion. A feeling that you're on a treadmill, running faster and faster. But the finish line just keeps inching away. You're not alone. This feeling, this quiet hum of anxiety, is the silent epidemic of our time. We are living in the most technologically advanced, materially abundant era in human history. We have everything, yet anxiety, depression, and a sense of hollow meaninglessness are skyrocketing. Why? Tonight, we're going to pull back the curtain on the great unspoken story our world tells itself, the myth of progress. And in its place, we'll uncover a timeless, powerful wisdom from the ancient Stoics, a secret to a quiet mind that we have tragically forgotten. The myth of progress is the invisible script we live by. It's this deep-seated belief that everything is constantly getting better, and that better means more. Faster technology, more growth, more convenience, more information. It's the religion of more. More followers, more megapixels, more horsepower. We're taught from birth to see history as a straight, upward line, from a caveman all the way to the iPhone 15, and presumably onward to even greater glories. On the surface, this myth is seductive. And look, in many ways, it's true. We have cures for diseases that once wiped out entire populations. We can talk to someone on the other side of the planet in an instant. We hold the sum of human knowledge in our pockets. These are marvels. But this myth carries a dark, hidden catch. If the world is always improving, then your personal happiness becomes dependent on keeping up. Your life, too, must be an upward sloping line. And this creates a psychological trap. It's that subtle, gnawing feeling that no matter what you achieve, the goalposts just move. The promotion you worked so hard for, now you're just thinking about the next one. The dream apartment. Now you're noticing its little flaws and dreaming of a house. It's a ghost in our modern machine, an endless cycle. And it has a name, the hedonic treadmill. Our brains are simply wired to adapt. The thrill of a new purchase or achievement fades. We return to our baseline. And now we need an even bigger hit of progress just to feel good again. We become addicted to the diplomacy of happiness that progress dangles in front of us, but we rarely get to feel the lasting contentment itself. We end up living in a perpetual state of not yet. I'll be happy when I get that job. I'll feel secure when I have more money. I'll be content when I find the right person. The future becomes this fantasy land, where the next upgrade finally solves everything. But the future, by its very nature, never arrives. We only ever live in the present, and our present is being sacrificed at the altar of an imaginary tomorrow. But here's what's wild. Over 2,000 years ago, in the chaotic markets of Athens and the halls of power in Rome, a group of philosophers saw this exact same human bug. They lived in a world of plagues, political chaos, and constant war. They didn't have smartphones, but they had ambition, desire, and fear. They had the same brain we do. They were the Stoics, and they developed a robust, practical operating system for the human mind, designed to find peace amidst chaos, not by changing the world outside, but by mastering the world within. The first, most crucial piece of this operating system is a concept we've forgotten called the Dichotomy of Control. It's so simple, it's almost insulting, but it will change your life. Epictetus, a man who was born a slave and became one of the most respected Stoic teachers, said it best. Some things are within our power, while others are not. It sounds obvious, right? But just think for a second about how much of your daily anxiety and frustration comes from fighting this one simple truth. So what's in our power? Only a few things, but they're the only things that matter. Our judgments, our opinions, our choices, our actions, our inner world. That's it. What's not in our power? Pretty much everything else. The weather, the economy, traffic. What other people think of you. Whether you get that promotion, your health in the long run. You can control the effort, but never the outcome. You can control the words you speak, but not how another person hears them. Let's make this real. You're stuck in a monster traffic jam. You're going to be late for a huge meeting. The modern mind, the one obsessed with progress and control, goes into meltdown. You grip the steering wheel. Your heart pounds. You curse the other drivers. You're checking your phone every 30 seconds. You are literally torturing yourself over a situation you have zero control over. You're burning precious energy fighting reality itself. The Stoic, in the exact same car, sees the traffic jam and recognizes, this is external. This is not up to me. Freaking out won't move the cars an inch. So, what is up to them? Their response. They can choose to reframe it. Unexpected time to listen to that podcast. Or, I can use this moment to just breathe and find some calm in a crazy day. They control their judgment about the event, and in doing so, they control their experience of it. The traffic jam is the same. The suffering is optional. This isn't about giving up. It's about being radically effective. By focusing 100% of your energy on what you can actually control. Your own mindset and actions, you become infinitely more powerful. Think about a B presentation at work. You can't control if your boss is in a bad mood or if the projector dies. But I can control how well you prepare, how you practice, and how you carry yourself with grace and professionalism. No matter what happens, the Stoics' win isn't getting the applause. It's knowing they did their part with excellence. And this brings us to the second Stoic secret, one that completely dismantles the myth of progress. Their idea of what is truly good. Our world tells us that things like wealth, health, status, and new tech are goods. The Stoics had a different name for them. By preferred indifference. This is a game changer. Just let that phrase sink in for a moment. Be preferred. Indifference. Preferred means, sure, all things being equal, it's better to be healthy than sick, wealthy than poor. The Stoics were realists, not monks. They preferred to have these things. But the key is the second word, indifference. This means these things have absolutely zero impact on your moral worth or your ability to live a good, happy, and meaningful life. What they called eudaimonia. They are external to your character. The only true good, for a Stoic, was virtue. Things like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. These are qualities of your mind, the excellence of your own character. Why? Because these are the only things that are completely within your control and can never be taken from you. You can lose your job, your house, your health, but no one can take away your integrity. No one can force you to be a coward. No one can steal your wisdom. Your virtue is your inner fortress. Think about how this shatters the modern myth. We chase the latest phone not because we need its features, but because we think having it says something good about us, that we're successful with it. We tie our self-worth to a preferred indifferent. The Stoic would say, by all means, enjoy the new phone. It's a useful tool, but don't you dare mistake it for a source of goodness. Having it doesn't make you a better person, and not having it doesn't make you a worse one. The only true measure of your progress is the quality of your mind. This reframes your entire life. Instead of a goal like make $1 million, an external outcome you don't fully control, the Stoic sets an internal one. I will act with diligence, creativity, and integrity in my work today. The $1 million might be a byproduct of that virtuous action, a preferred indifferent that may or may not show up. But the real prize, the eudaimonia, is found in the daily practice of excellence. This is how you get off the hedonic treadmill. Your reward becomes the running itself, not some imaginary finish line. But what about the bad stuff? What happens when progress doesn't just stall, but throws itself into reverse? This is where the Stoic toolkit becomes essential for survival. It's their third, and perhaps most misunderstood secret, premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils or misfortunes. Now, this sounds incredibly morbid. Hey, think about all the terrible things that could happen to you. Why on earth would anyone do that? Modern self-help tells us to visualize success, to manifest good things. The Stoics did the opposite. Every morning, they would briefly contemplate potential misfortunes. Today, I might lose my job. Today, I might betray me. Today, I might get sick. The goal wasn't to create anxiety, but to do two very powerful things. First, it's a psychological inoculation. By exposing your mind to a small controlled dose of a negative future, you strip it of its power to shock and paralyze you if it ever happens. When tragedy strikes, the unprepared person shatters. The Stoic, who has quietly rehearsed this possibility, may feel sorrow, but they are not broken. They can say, I have thought of this, and move straight to what they can control. Their response. It builds unbreakable resilience. Second, and this is the beautiful part, premeditatio malorum is a powerful engine for gratitude. By vividly imagining losing the things you hold dear, your health, your loved ones, your home, you come to cherish them more deeply, right now. The practice transforms your mundane daily reality into a precious gift. Your partner's annoying little habit becomes a beloved sign of their presence. Your frustrating job becomes a source of stability you're thankful for. You stop living in the fantasy of not yet and start truly living in the right now. This practice is the ultimate antidote to the myth of progress, which has us always looking forward to what we don't have. The Stoics teach us to look around at what we do have, and to truly see it, maybe for the first time, by imagining its absence. It's a mental flip from, if only I had more, to what if I lost all of this. The first is a recipe for endless dissatisfaction. The second is a direct path to profound, durable joy. So, what does this all mean for us, right here, in the 21st century? It doesn't mean we smash our phones and go live in the woods. Marcus Aurelius was the emperor of Rome, the most powerful man on earth. Seneca was a fabulously wealthy statesman. They were in the thick of it. The lesson isn't to change your environment, it's to upgrade your internal operating system. It means consciously applying the dichotomy of control every single day. When you feel that spike of anger or anxiety, ask yourself that simple question. Is this in my control or out of my control? If it's out, take a breath and practice letting it go. Focus your precious attention only on what you can control. Your next thought, your next decent action. It means reevaluating your goals. Shift from external outcomes, a specific salary, a number of followers, to internal ones. To act with integrity today. To learn something new. To be a patient parent. See external rewards as preferred indifferents. Nice bonuses if they happen, but not the measure of your soul. Find your win in the quality of your character. And it means practicing gratitude through premeditation. Take 1 minute each morning. Think about the people you love and gently contemplate their impermanence. Not to be morbid, but to ignite a fierce appreciation for the present moment. This simple practice can change the entire texture of your day, turning the mundane into the miraculous. Let's bring it home. The myth of progress sold us a beautiful lie. That happiness is a destination you reach by having more. It built the modern world, yet left us feeling more anxious than ever. We've been trying to solve an internal problem with an external solution. It's like trying to fix a software bug by buying a bigger monitor. The Stoics knew the truth 2,000 years ago. The human hardware doesn't change. The only real progress, the only kind that leads to lasting peace and a meaningful life, it's the progress of your own character. It's about building an inner citadel so strong that no storm can shake it. It's about realizing that you already have everything you truly need, right now, within the circle of your own mind. If this speaks to you, if you feel that pull to step off the treadmill of external progress and onto the path of inner peace, subscribe for more. In our next conversation, we'll explore the practical Stoic tool of journaling, just as Emperor Marcus Aurelius used it to turn these ideas into a daily reality. And I'll leave you with a question. What's one preferred indifferent in your life that you've been mistaking for true happiness? And what's one small, virtuous action, fully in your control, that you can focus on this week instead? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.